Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Columbus, Ohio. In the previous episode, we won the Stanley Cup, second in this franchise's history, and oh, how sweet it was. You don't know how sweet it felt to finally win the Stanley Cup, and I'm going to check out awards before we do anything else. Now, all of our guys are partying really hard, okay? Guys like Stu Cam, Woodworth, Savoie, Waugh, Zadina, Dubois. Did I say Dubois? It's a great feeling here in Columbus. We flew out from Minnesota. We're back in Columbus. We're partying so hard. Stanley Cup champions, obviously us. The year we don't win the President's Trophy, we win the Stanley Cup. I don't get it. And we fought the Minnesota Wild in the Stanley Cup Finals. For the Art Ross Trophy went to Elias Pettersson. Hart Trophy, Alex Newhook. I didn't think Woodworth would win it, but I was really hoping he would. James Norris went to Stu Cam. 3 years in a row for Columbus Blue Jackets players. Hell yeah, Stu Cam, greatest Columbus Blue Jackets defenseman in history. Lady Byng went to Elias Pettersson. Calder went to Giroux. Conn Smythe went to Waugh. Hell yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. Vezina went to Caden Primo. Same with William M. Jennings. Bill Masterson went to Jenkeviski. Jack Adams went to the Ducks coach. Frank J. Selke, Elias Pettersson. Ted Lindsay went to Newhook. And Adio Oguchi won the Maurice Richard Trophy. Now let's just savor our Stanley Cup win. Let's look at how we got here. Okay, first round, 5 games. Then after that, we didn't lose a single game. The last time we lost was in Game 4 of the first round. We swept Washington, we swept Montreal, and then we swept Minnesota in the Cup Finals. That has to be the greatest performance in Stanley Cup Finals history. No team has ever done that. I believe. I didn't Google it. I should have Googled it, but no team has done this. No team has won the Stanley Cup in 17 games. In the modern era, back when there were 6 teams, it was like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm really glad we didn't have to face Vancouver, though. Now let's check out player stats. How did everybody do? Waugh led the team with 24, 16 goals in 17 games. He really came up clutch there to finish the playoffs. Matthew Savoie, 20 points. Woodworth with 20. Fallon with 18. Big Texas with 17. Zadina, who is probably on his way out. This is going to be a difficult episode. This is going to be a very difficult episode just because we don't have the cap space to bring a lot of these guys back. Dubois, Trocheck, who is probably gone as well. Soy, who's maybe gone. Clint Reed, not a terrible performance. Chris Tierney, also probably gone as well. Labrie, meh. But we won the Stanley Cup, and that's all that matters, you know that? Charlie McAvoy, 16 points in 17 games. What a stud. What a stud. Oh, wow. Do I have some time to a contract extension? Let's hold on. We know how good Kavanaugh did, but there's a few things I have to deal with this season. I think McAvoy, yeah. Okay, he signed a few-year extension. So since we're here, I want to go ahead and try to re-sign one of these guys. Because Merkley, how much money does Merkley want? $6 million. Yikes. Trocheck, how much would he want? $3 million? Gah. I would wait on that personally. Chris Tierney? Nope. Go Ring, I'll just send him a contract. Might as well. We have $6 million to play with at this moment, which is going to be very hard to fit a lot of these guys under the cap. We're going to have to make some changes here in Columbus. There's definitely going to be some changes. Now, might as well give some love to Kavanaugh, the guy who I did not trust heading into the Cup Finals or the entire playoffs. He went in there, had a terrible regular season, The only game he lost was in OT. Are you kidding me? Personally, I think it was a toss-up between him and Waugh for the Conn Smythe because Kavanagh went out there and dominated. Unlike last year where he crapped the bed, Kavanagh came in this year and had a fantastic season. He didn't win any regular season trophies, but he won the most important one, which Askarov couldn't do for the longest time. And Kavanagh comes in here and he proves himself. We win the Stanley Cup, and I'm not upset at all. We won the cup, and it was either win the cup or we lost. There was no in between for this team. Matt Goring decides to re-sign. Awesome. San Jose jumps up from 5th to 1st, and they will have the 1st overall pick. It's pretty sure it's the franchise guy this season. Yep, Tumo Laxo. Laxo. I'm never going to be able to say that. He's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Similar to Milan Lucic. I don't know why you would compare the 1st overall pick to Milan Lucic, which means he's probably a power forward, but that's just me. So with our pick is going to be 31st, which I don't see a lot of crazy good talent around that pick, so maybe there is a trade incoming. Is there any... this guy, Hilpert, around 40th. When we make our way to the draft, or when we're at the draft, there's a few things I'm going to have to look at. But who retired? Who decided to call it quits? Oh, it's a big year for retirees. Okay, where do I start? Steven Stamkos calls it quits on the Boston Bruins. 40 years of age, 1,700 points. What a great career. 800 career goals. Wow. What a career for him. Glad we won't have to be seeing him in the playoffs anymore because he's given me nightmares. Tyler Seguin is done. Johnny Gaudreau is done. So Dallas loses 2 of their biggest pieces. And they were both really good overalls. I'm surprised Gaudreau retired at 36. Former Columbus Blue Jackets Conn Smythe winner decides to retire. Sucks to see that, but I'm glad all the other teams are going to start to suck. Vegas loses Taylor Hall and Jeff Skinner. Jeff Skinner decided to play another year after we decided to bring him on as a rental. Cool. Taylor Hall done. How good was he? He was an 84 overall. It sucks because they're still such a good overall, especially Seguin and Gaudreau, and they decide to call it quits. I get Stamkos. He's an 81 overall. He's 40 years of age. But when you're like 36, you have so much more playing time. There's so many more years you can play at a good pace, and they decide to call it quits. I don't know how EA works, sometimes a guy will retire at 36, and other times a guy similar to him will retire at like 45. It doesn't make sense. Another big player decides to call it quits from Florida. 83 overall, Jonathan Huberdeau. O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Morgan Riley, Mark Stone, John Carlson, Granlund, Sad, Timu Teravainen, Brady Shen, Zabinajad, Arvidsson. Yeah, it's a huge retiree class this year. Dougie Hamilton ends up with a team that drafted him. Isn't that funny? Jason Zucker, Tyler Bertuzzi, Tyler Toffoli, Cam Fowler, Brody, Wenberg, Severson. Oh, Wenberg decides to retire as a free agent. How did he end up in his career? He played with, we traded him to Anaheim. He went to Colorado, and then he was with Anaheim for the rest of his career. Wow. Enjoy retirement, Wenberg. Severson, Kajula, Donskoy, Brown, downtown Connor Brown, not to be confused with Dustin Brown. Brody, Lowry, Lehkonen, Victor Rass, Sam Bennett, Parenko, Montour, I follow Ernie, Shore, Simon. Yeah, there's a lot of retirees this year. A lot of very, very big retirees, which wow, the league looks a lot different with those guys retiring. It really does. Any goaltenders decide to call it quits? It looks like Leonard is the biggest goalie to retire. 374 career wins. Pretty good career for him. Mrazek, Binghamton, and then Brossois Domingue. Well, it be like that sometimes, doesn't it? Did we I don't think we ended up losing anybody. We're relatively young, right? Did we? No, we didn't. We didn't lose any goaltenders. Did we lose any forwards or defensemen? Okay, we lose Tyler Mote and Sherwood. I'm not upset with that. Easy free agent replacements. It's nothing too bad to deal with. Taylor Hall is a coach. That's kind of cool. And then one of our scouts retires. No big deal. Did any of our coaches retire? So we lose 2 AHL coaches, which I'll deal with. It's nothing too big. Let's go to the draft class. Who are we going to interview this year? It's kind of important to, after winning the Stanley Cup, you want to make sure that you continue making the right moves to repeat, because you don't want to just turn into the same old team. Wins the Presidents, plays terrible in the playoffs, right? You wanna be consistently good. I want to go back to back. There is no doubt about it, and I want to interview this guy right here. How ready are you? How ready are you, Simon 14? Are you 14 years old? I don't know. Still some work, couple of years away. Okay. What are your strengths and weaknesses? End interview. I did not mean to do that. Wow, cool. Damn it. Can I don't feel like it anymore. Nestorov, Tubarov. Edler. I'll interview this Edler guy. Who are you? I mean, I know who you are, but who are you? Needs a little bit of seasoning. Okay, we got some paprika. Paprika? Did I say that right? It's definitely going to be a hard off season. It's gonna be challenging. The draft will be easy. Of course, we don't want to miss on a lot of picks. We want to make sure that we continue stocking up the pipelines. If I gotta get a few good goaltenders. Oh, and we don't learn anything about them. Cool. And then is there any guys scouted that I want to look at? Anybody? I mean, the first overall pick. Ooh, the goalie that we'll pick up, because you know how much I love my goalies. Let's go with this defensive defenseman right here. How you doing? As I was saying, the draft will be relatively easy, but the free agency, that retool, we're gonna have to retool in some areas. We're definitely gonna have to retool. We're gonna lose 2 or 3 really important players on this team who really stepped it up in the playoffs, like maybe Merkley, probably Zadina. Guys like that. We're going to lose Trocheck. We're going to lose Tierney. So we're going to have to really rely on our prospects getting it done. So I'm hoping for the best for this team. I really want to make sure that we continue to compete at the same level we have in years past. But now it's time for the NHL entry draft. Obviously, the first overall pick to the San Jose Sharks, they select franchise player Tumo Laxo from the, I'm guessing, La Liga? I have no idea. I can't remember. So, I want to look at a few things. I want to see how good Soy is. He still has a really good trade value. I mean, Menino is actually looking he's going to be really good. I've forgotten about a lot of our prospects in the pipeline. I mean, these 2 guys, Leonov and Barry, aren't going to get much better. 24 years of age. Maybe we trade them if we need to. Krebishkov, Janila. I mean, I'm hoping Goring takes a step this season to jump up as a depth player. I also want that from Nystrom as well. Hemingway, I mean, Clint Reed isn't going to get much better. Labrie, Roswo, who I also want to step up as maybe the 4th line center. If we're cap strapped? Did I say that right? If we're up against the cap wall, our young guys are going to have to step it up because they're the cheapest guys. Wow, Zadina. Oh, right. I'm like, why is his potential so bad? It's because he's on the 1-year contract. We're not going to be able to get him back. There's no way we get him back. Now, I want to see what we could potentially get for Robinson Soy, who really hasn't performed throughout his entire career. One trade. Okay. No, because they're really good. Why would we... Okay, who's the projected 5th overall pick? Because I might do that trade if it's somebody decent. 5th overall, it's looking like the offensive defenseman. NHL ready. I am quite intrigued with that trade. That probably means he's like a 78, 77 overall. I'm very interested by that trade. But we're going to go ahead and sim that pick so we have some more time to work with. Okay. Okay. Vancouver, let's talk. Because I don't even... There was a guy that I was looking at a while back. And he was from Carolina. Okay. Carolina, what was his name? It was Giroux. So he's on a contract for about 3 more years. Let's talk. Let's dance, Carolina. Now, I would be willing to offer you Leonov and Barry. Leonov and Barry for what if you want like my how about you take my 2nd round pick? Trade rejected. How about you take my 1st round pick? Trade rejected. I'm getting this done because I really want him. Giroux, Calder winner this past year. I want him. So how about you take the goalie prospect? I know we gave up a lot, but think about Leonov and Barry. They're 24 years of age. Their trade value isn't getting much better. Okay, now Vancouver, I want that 5th overall pick now. And now we got Giroux, who's going to fill in for Zadina this coming season, which makes plenty of sense. We're not getting Zadina back. The cap doesn't work in our favor. So Soy, who is his trade value is going to dip. I have a feeling it's going to dip. Okay, for the 5th overall pick. And then I'll take your 1st next year. And is there any rookie skaters they'd be willing to... Not really. Any skaters matching the block? I mean, nothing really crazy. I mean, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot out of Vancouver. I mean, Yakupov. I mean, Johansson isn't terrible. Piton. What are they? This guy seems to be a 2-way forward. I'm 2-way forward. Let's see if we can get Piton as well. I'm making things work. Okay, it's gonna kick me out of this screen though. It is gonna kick me out of this screen very quickly. Oh god. Oh yeah, it's gonna kick me out. God dang it. Piton, I want you. And how about you take one of my rookie skaters? How about you take it's gonna kick me out of the screen. I don't like this. How about you take these 2 guys? Trade accepted! I think it works, boys. Okay, let's sim up to our pick. I had to get that done very quickly though. Okay, now let's call the timeout. Let's call a timeout. Okay? Now let's talk about the trade we just made. Okay, now we traded Soy. I know, we traded Johnny Gaudreau for him. Or the pick that we acquired him with, okay? Now, the guys that we threw in aren't going to turn out to be any good. And Soy, I've seen his production. We had him on a great contract. But he's not the guy that is helping this team forward. That's why we got Giroux to replace Zadina. And we're getting this pick now to acquire defensemen because we're losing defensemen. You might be thinking, well, that's kind of a rebuild move. No, I'm trying to make sure that we have the cap space. So if I get rid of Soy, I mean, it's almost $3 million. But then we get Giroux, who is going to replace Adina, which is $6 million more. Okay? It makes sense. Trust me. We just won a Stanley Cup. We might be making some odd moves. Of course, you want to keep a Stanley Cup team together. But this is the right way to go about things. Okay? Now, we traded for the 5th overall pick. We just got a young centerman in, I think, Bitton from Vancouver. And then their first next year. Soy had a lot of trade value. And I think he was just going to rapidly decline because he's going to be 23 next year. It doesn't seem like he's going to get much growth. He's not built very well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and select it. Is there anything else around here that... Nah, might as well go with... I mean, how's Bowlig? Nah, I don't trust that. This draft does not seem very top-heavy. I mean, obviously they had Laxo as the first overall pick, but these picks before him, right? You have Ali, Trojanovic, and Leonov. But those aren't terrible picks, but they're not NHL ready, you know? So we're going to go ahead, pick the defenseman, because our defensemen are getting older. We're going to lose McAvoy in a few years, maybe to cap. We're going to lose Merkley to cap, so might as well pick up a young defenseman from the Kelowna Rockets in the WHL in Abel Carlos. Welcome to the club, bud. You know what? An offensive defenseman at 78 overall, 17 years of age, is quite good, and I am very happy with that pick. Okay, I'm very happy with that pick. Our team is looking, I think, just as good. I think Carlos might be able to make it into the league this coming year. So here's hoping. Here is hoping. Is there anybody else that I need to... Who has the most cap? I mean, Labrie, who might have to go. Merkley... Zadina, we're gonna lose. Labrie. How much? 2 more years at 1. He's not built very well. Let's see. Let's throw him on the block. Let's see what a team would be offering for him. 29 trades. Trade offers, sorry. Let's see. Anybody here? Nope. Bjornfoot. Nope. D'Angelo. Nope. 3rd round picks flying everywhere. I have a 2nd round pick next year for Labrie. 2nd round from Toronto this year. I mean, I'd be willing to go with that Tampa pick because Tampa isn't looking the... I mean, they made the playoffs this year. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and accept that trade. Labrie, you won us a Stanley Cup, but we got to make the right moves, okay? Now, let's go ahead and sim up to our next pick, 57th overall. Let's see what we missed. See? Okay. Linglet. See, it drops off right there, but Bowlig was honestly a pretty good pick, but we have pretty good left-wing prospects. Ivering, Pedersen. No, it's not a bad draft. It's not a terrible first round. Not a lot of medium elite. I mean, as I say that, the goalie, 58 overall, not a terrible pick. Low elite. So you obviously see medium top 9s there, so it looks like it drops off right as the end of the first round. But then you have a medium elite. It's a weird draft. Not a very top-heavy draft this year. I mean, you obviously have the great prospects in the first 5 picks. But after that, it's nothing super special. Now, what in the blue hell do I want? I don't want to waste this pick, you know? Laperriere. Who do I have any gems scouted? The goalie at 124 will be able to pick him up easy. Gems, who is it looking like this year? Only the one gem in the goalie, which we will pick up. But after that, I mean, I'm not super excited about any of these guys, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and try to find a trade for these picks here, because... Nope, nope. What did I do? What did I do? Come on. Come on, thumbs. Come on. Nope, I do not want to put Stu Cam on the block. Oh, God. No, I want to check out my picks. Okay, I'll be willing to do that. And then find a trade for something? Okay, I mean... Minnesota of next year? I mean, nothing super special popping off at me right now. Klein, LeBlanc, Afanasenkov. Only the 14 trades right there, but... Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We have 50... let me call a timeout. Smart, Owen. Smart. Now, let's be smart about this, okay? Let's throw 2 first. Let's scout around the league, see what they would want for 2 second-round picks. Who wants them? Arizona. You willing to give up your first next year? No, you're not. If anybody's willing to give up their first next year, I'd be willing to trade it. Trade these 2 picks for a first? Hell yeah, I would. Are you kidding me? Nobody's willing to trade their first. Cool. Are you willing to trade your first? Chicago? Trade rejected. Okie dokie. Dallas. Dallas. God dang it. Detroit. No, thank you. Edmonton? Nope. There's a lot of rebuilders. There's a lot. I don't see any champions right now. Is that not? Oh, do they have? They have a bunch of firsts next year. I thought I saw a bunch of firsts next year. Never mind. Never mind. Let me just keep moving. Minnesota. No. Does nobody want to trade their first next year? Nobody. 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 Nobody knows. Nobody? Really? 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 Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Nobody wants to trade their pick next year? How about Toronto? I do that straight up. Really? Really, Toronto? Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Washington, I do your third, and your third. Okay. Washington, really? You're really gonna be like that? Really? Okay, I'll do that. Trade accepted. I know we gave up a bit, but it is next year. I want to make sure we have trade value just in case we need to make a few trades. So, pretty sure they're not going to get anything super special with this pick. Did I sim to my... Oh, I simmed to my user pick. Whoops! Second round, did we miss anything super special? Washington... Where was their pick? Oh, it was at the end of the draft. Nope. Nothing super special. Goalie wasn't terrible. Medium starter. Nope, just a lot of medium top 6s and top 9s. Nothing super special. But let's go ahead and try to Fiddler. 3-year ETA is probably going to be a medium top 9, if we're going to be honest here. But I'd rather go out of my way. Maybe the goalie. 5-year ETA. I want to get one of these goalies. I feel like the goalies are our best odd right now. I mean, we always pick well with goalies. Let's go with Keeling. Rylan Keeling. High fringe starter. I mean, that's not a terrible pick. I'm not upset with it. It's a third round. I can't expect too much. I'm not upset. It's been a good draft so far. It's been an okay draft. It's been an okay draft. Okay, Columbus. We haven't missed much. So maybe one of those goalies are still on the board. I want to go ahead and... I mean, this guy said... Let's go with this guy. Let's go with the goalie again. Wow, Wow, my scouts are terrible. They're saying, go for this guy. Do it. Never trust your scouts, kids. Never do it. Okay, let's go with one of the scouted guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and pick up the medium elite goaltender. Welcome to the club. 49 overall. That's not great, but we have the trade value, and that's what I am talking about. Do we miss anything else? No, we have a few 4th round picks here. Let's go ahead and pick up another goaltender. I have a feeling. Let's do it. Another goalie. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I was right. Oh, 62 overall in the 4th round. Medium elite for a goaltender. Welcome to the club, Kale Forstrom. Ooh, 19 years of age. He's an overager, but I'm not too upset with that pick. Smart. I had a feeling. Now, if we had... Is this like a 4th round pick? Do we miss anything there? Not really. It's been a mad draft, but we've picked up a few really good guys. I'm not too upset with our picks thus far. Now, we did have a gem. I want to get the gem out of the way. Let's pick up the gem right now. Zachary Boro. Welcome to the club. Now, how good was he? Well, let's put odds. He's probably not great. Oh, another medium elite to the Why can't I snag up a forward or defensive prospect? It's always got to be goalies. Always. I'm not upset. I'm really not that upset. Let's just sim up to our next pick. We've picked up a lot of goalies. But I just proved it right there. Remember the Giroux trade? We traded away a goalie prospect, and that's what sent it over the edge. Right? It works out. I'm smart. Okay. Now, what do we do here? I like the defense. The defenseman. Moraza, welcome to the club. Not a great pick. But you know what? We pick up all the good goalie prospects. We have a lot of goalie prospects in this system, which is going to be a problem in a few years' time. Did we miss anything? No, we're about average in that round. We didn't pick anything super exciting, but is there anything super special here that I want? Not necessarily. So let's go ahead. Let's go with our gut. Milosh, welcome to the club. Maurice Milosh. How good was he? Probably not great. Medium top 9, maybe? Low top 9. Not great. Not fantastic. Did we miss anything super awesome in the 6th round? Not looking like it. I mean, medium top 6 isn't terrible in Antonio. We missed a low elite. 52 overall. We have a bunch of those kind of guys in our system anyway, so I'm not super upset with that. Now, 6th round. What are we thinking right now? Let's go with this guy. Let's do it. Screw it. Medium top 9. I can't be too upset. It was the 6th round. Now, we have the last pick in the draft. It's been a while since we could say that. Now, what did we miss? What in the blue hell did we miss? Medium starter. Looks like we picked up all the good goalie prospects this draft. Low elite. Well, yeah, let's go ahead. If we can get anything average from this pick, I won't be too upset. Now, what am I feeling? Right now? Let's see. Stepan maybe, a playmaker, which I don't think he'll be great. Do we go with another goalie? No, I won't go with a goalie. Let's go ahead. I have this guy pinned. Let's go with Stepan. Bottom 6. But you know what? We pick up a lot of really good players that draft. Really good goalie prospects. Really good defensive prospect at 5th overall. I can't be too upset. You know what? These are the drafts that we just got to get trade value. 2nd round of Florida. Don't even worry about it. A lot of trades there. A lot of draft trades. Oh my God. I don't care. In the next episode, I will go through free agency, the whole thing. Maybe start the next season, the 2030-2031. That is a mouthful to say. But if you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.